Willie D Live.
What's up, family? It's getting pretty dangerous out here in these MAGA streets. I mean, it's bad, family. All over the country and even in other parts of the world, people are protesting Donald Trump, your president. Why? Well, people can't eat. They're losing their jobs. Everything is going down, man. You got MAGA on TikTok, MAGA on Instagram, on Facebook, all on YouTube, talking about how they did not vote for tariffs. They did not vote for the stock market to crash. They did not vote for their 401k to be affected or to have their jobs taken away. They didn't vote for that. All y'all need to stop lying, because that's exactly what you voted for when you voted for Trump. See, you did not mind voting for Trump as long as he was going to take other people's jobs, as long as he was going to hurt others. You didn't have any problem with that. As long as he was going to deport other type of people, you didn't have no problem with that. But then he messed around and deported your girlfriend, your wife, your mama, your sister, your daughter, your son, your grandma, your grandpa. Now, you got a problem. See, you didn't have no problem voting for Trump as long as you was not affected by his wrath. You had no problem voting for him. Now, it's a problem. Nah, keep that same energy. I feel nothing. You got this old civil rights MAGA who has joined the fray. He's crying about how he lost his job. Crying about how it'll never happen again. First of all, you're too damn old for it to happen the first time. How does a civil rights era black man pull the lever for Donald Trump? I'll tell you how. Some of these guys, they're traditional in the sense that they're so stuck in their ways, they can never see voting for a woman over any kind of man. It could be a man walking around with a half a head. They'll still vote for him over any woman who might have much greater qualifications. Let me ask y'all something. I won't talk directly to the men out there who just have in your mind, like, ain't no way I would ever vote for a woman to lead the country. If you needed a life-saving surgery and there was a woman, you had a choice between a woman and a man to do the surgery, and the woman was more qualified than the man, would you take a chance on the man? Or would you say, all right, doc, let's do it? See, I know the real answer to that. I know what the truth is. Most of you would choose that woman. You're going to go with the person that you think is most qualified. You're not going to go with a guy who is a 5-time draft dodger. You're not going to go with a guy who has bankrupted multiple companies and left people hanging out to dry, left his business partners hanging out to dry. A guy who bankrupted a university and left students hanging out to dry. You would not vote for a guy like that. But you did. You did. And you deserve everything that you get. Yeah. Pull up, U-Haul. Let's get those damn items out of that house. Everything got... Look, fam, it's a clearance sale. Everything must go. Get that bed. Get those TVs. Get that dining room set. Get the baby carriage. I ain't talking about the brand new one. I'm talking about the one that's been passed down through the family. Everything must go. Get on out there in them streets, because that's what you voted for. You got veterans out here talking about how they lost their jobs and they feel betrayed. How? What made you think a billionaire really cared about you and your family? What the hell made you think that? See, I knew that there was some slow people in America, but I didn't know it was that many. I really didn't know it was that many slow people. And I should have had an idea just by watching these videos that I see on the internet of people at church allowing these pastors to pour water in their mouth and tongue kiss them and pull out their drawers and wave their drawers and stuff money in the pastor pockets. And a lot of these people out here swear they're intelligent. They swear they're smarter than everybody else. But they're sitting in these pews time after time, listening to these dudes con them smooth out of their money. People putting hands on folks and they fainting and all this kind of stuff, or they acting like they're fainting. And people see this and they start stroking checks, getting Marvin sapped. Yeah. Getting Marvin sapped. Y'all remember Marvin told his ushers to close the doors when it was time to give the money. He was talking about raising $40,000. He was trying to get $1,000. What was he trying to get? $20 out of everybody in the congregation. He had like 1,000 people watching and 1,000 people in attendance. He was like, if I can get $20 out of each one of y'all, I can get this $40,000. Come on, man. I know you got it. Fair. MAGA is out here getting Marvin sapped. Y'all remember Marvin Sapp, the pastor who told his ushers to close the doors when he was taking up the collection? Yeah, he had 1,000 people watching on television or the internet or whatever, and he had 1,000 people in attendance. And he said, man, if everybody get $20, I can get this $40,000. I don't know what he needed the $40,000 for. I don't know if you're gonna try to buy some crack or what, but you know, he needed $40,000 for some reason. 40,000 was the magic number. And I think he got that money that day. Yeah. The old dude, let's get back to the old dude. How, fam? How does a dude from the civil rights era go out there and get behind somebody like Trump? And he's one of those dudes who thinks he's smarter than everybody else. He said he didn't sign up to lose his job. A lot of others are saying they didn't sign up to lose all their money in the stock market. Some people have went broke. Yeah, some people have lost everything in the stock market. Yeah. And then there's others who have gained everything because they bought low when it crashed. And I'm primarily talking about people who are affiliated with Trump. They bought low, and when the market turned around, they sold high. And Trump actually bragged about it. And you got people who lost all their life savings. You got people who lost everything. And they're still backing Trump. I don't know what it is. Is it a hex? Is voodoo? Or is it D-Ride? I mean, what is it? What is it? Because he ain't smart. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no smart dude, you know? Like, I can't figure it out, fam. Maybe you can help me. Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.